Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Fangirls Only. This week's special guest is Violet Summersby.
Hello?
Hi. Sorry, my screen was frozen for a bit. I was like very confused.
Oh, sorry. Oh
So,
no. Okay. There we go. Hi,
so
how are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm good. It's the connection's like a little wonky, so it's like cutting in and out a little bit on my end.
It's okay. So before we start, do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, so I am a content creator on TikTok and I talk about neurological learning disabilities like ADHD, dyslexia. I also talk about mental health and just share my day-to-day life a lot. Um, so that's a little bit about me and like the content I create. I'm currently living in Los Angeles. I just moved here from New York, and I'm really enjoying it.
That's cool. Okay, so the first question is, ever since you started social media, what's been your favorite memory, like the best moment?
So I used to run a tour company during my high school years, and one of my favorite things that we ever did was those like we used to host events. And I think one of like the top memories is just getting everybody together and like trying to pull these strings from weird ends and seeing these kids at the time. They were kids. They were like, 13 to 14, go on stage and perform for the first time ever. And it was just really beautiful getting to see their process. And then I'm still friends with them today. So those memories, I've got to see them from the start to where they're at now.
That's cool. Okay, so when did you start social media and who inspired you to start it?
I didn't have somebody that like inspired me to start. I've been in social media since I was 13. And just like, posting on Tumblr and trying to grow followings that way and things like that. I never had like a single person to inspire me though. But
Yes. Okay, so what's been your favorite era on social media or like a trend?
I miss Musically. I do. I'm not gonna lie. It was really good times. I miss the memories. I miss how easy it was and like how freeing it felt. It didn't feel like as pressure to fit into a certain category. It was more flexible. It was more freeing and fun. And so I do miss that era where it was just, and not everybody knew it, like how everybody knows TikTok is like
Yeah,
some people still were like, what's Musically? Like now, if you don't know what TikTok is, it's like, you don't know what TikTok is. Like, come on, you know?
like what?
Exactly.
Like you're boring if you don't know what TikTok is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you stand out from other TikTokers or social media influencers?
So because I got to watch so many people, I got to figure out what I didn't want to do. And so I learned a lot. So what I try to do is I try to cater my content that I try to create content that other people can learn from or that other people can relate to. And I think today there's a lot of people that are just trying to get popular off of looks or off of dancing, like mediocre dancing, nothing that requires too much talent. Um, and I don't, so for me personally, I don't relate to those sort of things. Like, I don't believe I can just get views off of looks. I suck at dancing of any mediocre sort. So I had to rely on something else. So I do it based off of the knowledge and experiences I have and just being charismatic.
That's true. Okay, so what was your favorite memory of your trip to Paris?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am really big on the small things. I like to focus on the little moments that have happened. So there was a moment between me and my best friend, and I was talking to her, and I looked over to my left, and we were 16 floors up in this beautiful apartment. And I looked to my left, and the yoga mat that she'd been doing yoga on that morning started to squirt off the balcony. So I knew two options: tell her that it's going to fly off the balcony, or go out there and try to get it. So I ran. I was like, "Cat." She turned to see me, and I'm like running out the balcony trying to grab it. And by the time I get around the corner, both her and I are seeing this yoga mat just Aladdin itself off the balcony and peel around the corner. So like, and it wasn't our apartment.
Oh,
So like, what are we supposed to do about this yoga mat that's flying away?
oh,
There's just a really funny memory because there's nothing that we talk about it today and just like it was so random and it was just fun. So there was just a lot of good memories from there.
okay. So how much has social media impacted your life? Like any like big differences?
I think because I've been doing it for so long, it's not like I can note it. I've grown with social media. So as social media has changed, I've changed. I changed my, like, it's an active part of my life every single day. I can't pinpoint how it's like, I can't be like how it's specifically different, just because it's been a part of me since I was 13, you know. Maybe if I had recently gotten popular or something like that, it would be different. But I think it's just so embedded in who I am today that I wouldn't be able to answer that, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so what's the craziest thing that happened to you on social media? Like a big creator like noticing you or a dream collab has happened?
Biggest thing that's ever happened to me was okay, so Gary Vee has been somebody that has inspired me a lot, just to stay driven, to focus on my goals, to cut out the bullshit, things like that. And with that being said, like, I have gotten to meet him a couple times. I got to talk to him one-on-one. I've been able to guest with him on live streams multiple times. And I even nailed the job with him before COVID started. But once COVID happened, my job was indefinitely postponed. So I'm not going to just, and I'm also very active. I'm not going to just wait around and hope that it's going to come up again. I'm going to keep working on other things and then keep growing and then shoot my shot again in a couple of years, maybe. But as long as I'm here in California, that hope and goal is on the back burner. But I still know that I'm growing, and I'm not listening to him as much as I used to, but connecting with him and even being as close as I was, for where his inner circle like knew my name when I came up to him in events and stuff like that, and that I'm part of one of his like little creator teams. Like, that was a huge accomplishment of mine, just to be working so closely with somebody that I had looked up to for so long.
That's crazy. Okay, so what's the video that changed your life? Like a TikTok?
A video?
Like a TikTok
like of mine?
Video? Yeah, one of yours.
I think it's when I opened up about dyslexia. I think I started on Musically, and I did the Musically thing, little trends and the transitions and the silly lip syncs, but my account took a huge dip during the transition of Musically to TikTok, and I couldn't figure out what to do, because TikTok was all about original content. It was all about creating something new and different, and I didn't know what to do. I was in a rut. So early, I ended up sharing a video about being dyslexic. I was like, oh, here's 3 traits of people with dyslexia, and it blew up. And so I did it again, and that one blew up too. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I got flooded with thousands of DMs of people just being like, I need tips, I need advice. I got parents, kids, grandparents in my messages asking me for help and being like, whoa, my kid has somebody to look up to. So sharing that one video basically created a domino effect of where my content is today, and talking about education and ADHD and mental health and stuff like that. Yeah, and I think just not enough people talking about it openly. Like, my friend Connor talks about ADHD, and he's like really popular about it and makes great videos on the topic. But I just think there needs to be more people open about that portion of themselves, because it was so stigmatized throughout early education. And like, if you had ADHD, you were a trouble kid and stuff like that. Or if you have dyslexia, you're stupid or you're slow. And that's just not the actual case, So I think more people being open and talking about it in a neutral tone is actually really beneficial.
Okay, so this is the last question, and it's if you give advice to someone who just started in the social media industry, or like who wants to like be a creator, what advice would you give them?
I say go for it. Post whatever you want. Just start shooting your shot in every single direction. Especially when you're small, everyone's like, oh, niche down, niche down. I think putting yourself out there, the moment you get an opportunity to, you should do it. Don't question all of it. Don't overanalyze yourself. If the video is literally you sitting there with your cat, so be it. If the video is you doing a vlog of your day, great. If you're going on TikTok and posting a video every time you eat something yummy, perfect. Just create the content. Don't overthink it. Just put it out into the world.
That's good. I could not speak today. That's good advice. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no worries. Don't worry. I don't judge.
So thank you so much for coming on. It's great having you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And anytime, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Have a good one, Lem.
You too. Bye. Fangirls out.